Beautiful day in Idaho. Can't believe that we're at precision rifle number 5. We've come a long way. We've covered a lot of material in a heck of a hurry. And I've had some people come to me and say, you know, that's okay for the shooter that's been shooting for years, but can you do something that is for the beginner? So after hunting season, we're going to sit down and go back to the classroom, and we're going to do a 10 or 15 minute section on each and every one of the subjects that we covered. So look forward to that in probably February, because we hunt till the end of January. Take a look at from the past this time. I worked with a couple of guys in late 1980s, early 1990s. They were killed in Mogadishu. So we're going to do a little tribute to them from the past. So I think now would be a good time for you to hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends. And hell, like us. You know, we think we're doing a good job. If we're not, send us a message and tell us we're not, you know. Thank you for watching. Enjoy precision rifle number 5. It's on the prone position.
When I was looking for diagrams, I went to the U.S. Army manual, and that came up with this one for unsupported prone. It's one of the 2 prone positions that the Army recommends. And it's if you notice, the arm's right underneath the forearm of the rifle, and the magazine's sitting on the ground, tucked into the shoulder, and your feet are shoulder width apart with your ankles on their laying on the ground. This is one position that they teach. There's several others that I've seen over the years that people do. So we're going to move on to the second diagram, and that would be supported prone. The only position I teach for a precision rifle is the prone position. If you notice here out of the U.S. Army manual, you'll see that the rifle is laying on a sandbag with a forearm on it, and they put the non-shooting hand on top of the forearm, and the rifle's tucked into the shoulder. The body's straight behind the rifle. Both legs are spread shoulder width apart, and the heels are on the ground. Now, I went to the United States Marine Corps manual, and they have a couple of different ideas. So we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to see what kind of position over the last 20 years that I've encountered while being on rifle ranges. If you look at this picture out of the United States Marine Corps manual, you'll see that his hips are a little bit swiveled. He's not directly behind the rifle. His legs are further than shoulder width apart, and his ankles are firmly laid on the ground. If you look at the front picture, you'll see that his hand is, since it's unsupported, his hand is under the foregrip of the rifle, and the rifle is almost straight, it is in a straight line to his shoulder the way he's set up on it. This is the ideal position for shooting from, but what I wanted to show you was how he looks from the rear on the prone position, how far apart they actually spread their legs to try to get a good stable shooting platform. And that's what we're looking for, is a shooting platform that is comfortable. If you look at this picture out of the United States Marine Corps manual, you'll see that the left leg is straight back and the right leg has a cock in it. This is a position that I like the most. It feels more comfortable to me. It's easy to get in and out of that position, and if you have to get up and move in a hurry, you can. The only drawback to this is it's really hard to lay your ankle flat on the ground. So if that foot moves at all on the left foot, it's gonna react to the muzzle of your rifle. So you have to be very careful and very cognizant of what you're doing when you're in this position. But by far, this is the position I shoot the best in, the position I like the best, and I recommend this position to everybody. But now we're going to take a look at all the positions that I've seen over the last 40 years on the ranges, and you're going to be surprised. We have Kyle helping us today, and in this section of the video we're just going to look at the legs and how we move the legs. If you look, he's in the prone position with his legs spread apart, and then he's going to move to the cocked leg position, something that the one I like, and then 2 legs behind. People like putting 2 legs behind them. It's got to be uncomfortable for me. And then some people just like to lay their legs totally off to the one side or the other. But I found if a person's comfortable in that shooting position, they tend to shoot the best. And now we'll move into the bipod section of it, and we'll cover a little bit more in that. On this section of the video, we have so much to talk about. We got Kyle in a prone position, and if you notice, he's shooting off a bipod today, and when he gets into the position, he's gonna load that bipod. He's gonna push it forward, and that's gonna keep the recoil from moving the rifle around. When you get into the other 3 leg positions, the spread leg's easy to push into it, but when you get into the leg straight behind you or the legs cocked off to the side, you're going to have a difficult time loading that bipod. And the next thing Kyle's going to do before he shoots is he's going to get his natural point of aim. The natural point of aim is when you put your scope on target, you make sure you're in a good position, you close your eyes and you relax, and once you've relaxed, open your eyes back up, and if your sights are still on target, you're going to have, it's your natural point of aim. If it's moved off target a little bit, you don't have your natural point of aim, so you're going to have to move your leg one way or the other in order to get your natural point of aim. What happens if you don't have your natural point of aim? We call it muscling the rifle or the handgun. Then when we do that, we're going to, when we relax just before we shoot, it's going to go back to where we're muscling it to, and the shot's going to be off. So you have to get lined up perfectly each and every time that we do this. Kyle's going to shoot a little bit here. He's probably enjoying the sunshine and being able to shoot. If you notice, he has his hand under his stock. He's got a bean bag that fits in that hand that he can raise that stock up and down on the back end to get a good shooting position, a good solid position. If you notice that he's got actually a 3-point position with the 2 legs and the arm under him, he's as solid as he'll ever be when it comes to shooting. And he just, we're just going to squeeze off a few more rounds here. Now we're going to take a look at Kyle when he actually spreads his legs out, gets comfortable. You can see that he can push into the bipod. He can load that bipod pretty easy from that position. But if you notice, he's still got his arm underneath him. He's got a good 3-point stance there. And look how stable that rifle is. Even on the bipod it's stable. On the sandbag it'll even be more stable. And so we're going to move into the 2 legs behind you position. See how hard it is for him to load that. See him loading that bipod. Really hard for him to do that in this position. Almost impossible for me to do it. I just can't get enough pressure on the gun to do it. So, and then the next one we're going to look at is the legs off to the side. And this one here, I can't load. I just can't load it. See him readjusting to load it. So anyway, it's up to you to pick the position you like the best, which one you shoot best in. And now would be a good time for you to subscribe to our channel. Like it and share it with somebody else. Thank you for being with us.